We'll talk about how physical movement impacts cognitive function as we age.
How exercise makes our brains be better cognitively is a big, big question, and something that really excited me and got me to write Spark, actually, when I learned about this school in Naperville, Illinois, that because they were having their kids exercise an hour a day or 45 minutes a day, and their scores were off the charts, and they came in #1 in the world in science and #6 in math on the tests that they do to evaluate different countries, and they took it as a country, and they came in. Their 99% of their kids took it, and they came in #1 in science, #6 in math. And the usual case is, for the United States anyway, we're in the low teens, or the high teens, sorry, 16, 17, compared to the Asian countries and Finland. And so that led me to say, okay, exercise really affects cognition, really proof positive affects cognition. I sort of knew that. We sort of knew that. We had evidence of this, because one of the things that started it all was looking at this BDNF in a petri dish with 2 nerve cells, and seeing that if you had BDNF there, it was very much involved with pushing the 2 brain cells to connect and strengthening that connection. And there were so many studies that came out in the 90s and 2000s showing that exercise has an incredible benefit on cognition. And especially one of the other areas that I'm very much known for and interested in is attention deficit disorder. And one of the great things about exercise is that really hones the attention. It makes the attention better. Now, the big question is why? Well, why? Well, we evolved as hunter-gatherers, and we evolved as having to change our tactics all the time to become the evolutionary victors. For a while there, and I'm still not sure that's not true. The reason why we beat out the Neanderthals is because we could catch fish with our hands, and this was an incredible source of protein, right? And that's one of the theories and thoughts, but it sort of makes sense that. And so we adapting our movements, changing it up, evaluating, communicating that to the rest of the tribe, led to having us different, more nerve cells that are related to that. And so what famously people say is evolution is the internalization of movement. Our thinking is the evolutionary internalization of movement, because we had these new brain cells that to help us really zero in on changing our tactics and remembering them, so we could learn how to use tools and all that, but also learn in the community. And so it really makes sense then that as we exercise, as we move, and we excite 65% of our brain, a lot of that excitement, a lot of that in use of the brain comes in the prefrontal cortex, which is where we think with, right? That's where we think. So when you're really exercising, you are, as a sidecar benefit, you are exercising your thinking brain. You're making it ready. You're making more of it to be ready to tackle the next problem, whatever that might be.